Hello, this is Professor Bernstein. I would like to put my face along with the name and the writing for our Business, Government, and Society class. What I'd like to do in this short video is talk to you about a few points that I think are important for our class. Hopefully we'll cover all these again in our video conference discussions that we're going to have, but let me at least hit a couple of highlights, and I also mostly wanted to actually do a live welcome as I possibly can with a video. First off, the Business Governance Society class can be very interesting. It's going to be, frankly, as good as you make it. The topics are very, very important in business. We're going to be talking about business law issues. We're going to talk about highly ethical, important issues. We're going to talk about how the government gets involved and affects business. Now, you can take the approach of just doing it very much on the surface, or you can take the approach of being extremely thoughtful so that you can really understand how all these things come together, why ethics are so important, and not just so important, so hard. And you're going to see in some of our cases there's some really hard decisions or lack of decisions that were not made that impacted business ethics. So you can make it as deep as you'd like. Hopefully you will make it very thoughtful, very deep, and not just provide the minimum required in terms of sending in your papers, etc. I'd also like to say that I want to make sure everyone understands what it means to take a distance learning course. A distance learning course is great in many aspects. It gives you tremendous freedom. You can do your work within the time frame of when assignments are due on your own schedule. You can do it from almost anywhere. You're not required to come into the campus, so there's a lot of advantages. But at the same time, it does not mean that we are disconnected. It does not mean that you don't interact with your peers. There will be, should be, and will be a lot of opportunity for you to do that. It's extremely important that your communication with me is through all channels necessary and whenever necessary. The objective is that we don't just correspond on writing online. A lot of it will be, but if you need to talk to me, you have my phone number. You can text me. You can set up a phone meeting. If you want to come on campus, when I happen to be on campus, we can always meet live. So there's a lot of opportunities to bring this very, very interactive, very real. In fact, there's going to be a very small, it's not a really big, it's not going to be extremely difficult, it's not a high percentage of your grade, but there's also going to be a group project where you'll have to do some work together, and you can do a lot of it on the phone because it's not complicated, so you can get together in many different mediums to get it done. And ultimately, you're going to present it to me. And we're going to use an old-fashioned phone line and PowerPoint conference call to do it. The reason is we can do it on Blackboard, but sometimes Blackboard gets very unreliable, and the timing of the voices and the picture don't always line up, unfortunately. So we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. And by the way, in business, that's the way most things get done. So we're going to try and make it as realistic as possible. I'd also like to ask you to get very involved. The way I'll be doing the class is every week there will be a class module set up that you'll be able to access on Blackboard. It'll start out with a number of paragraphs giving you background, describing the project that we're working on for that particular week and what are the key important things. Then you can go right behind that and you'll see any videos that I want to attach, any articles that I want to attach, as well as a place where you'll post your assignment. Plus, sometimes it's going to be easier for me to simply make a video and have a discussion with you than to do a long written statement that's hard on you, and frankly, it's hard on me. So sometimes there will be videos from me attached versus third-party videos from, say, YouTube. So there'll be a combination of everything involved in how the content is delivered. A couple other important points is, even though only one project is going to be graded for a discussion thread, I will be putting out a lot of information on discussion threads. I want to have dialogue going among you all. It'll help you do a good job with your projects and your paper if everybody is discussing things, because everybody will be able to read what everyone has to post. They'll be able to read my response to those posts. And frankly, that's what I call participation. I don't specifically grade you on the participation other than the one project where you have to participate on a discussion thread, but participation at the end can push somebody. Look, a lot of times people are right on the edge of, is it an A minus or is it a B plus? Well, if it's B plus and someone's highly participative, it's an opportunity for me to push somebody the other way if they were highly participative. The reason is you're helping each other. You're helping each other learn, and you're also helping me understand what additional content you might need. Maybe something's missing. Maybe people are confused. So, bottom line message, we got to have a lot of good communication. We got a very interactive experience, and I want to make this as live and as real as possible. Don't ever hesitate to contact me through any vehicle possible. We'll talk about this more when we're together. And the last comment I want to make is, oftentimes I will throw out a lot of material. That doesn't mean you have to read all the materials that I give you above and beyond your cases. Your cases and other key information for your project, you have to read. But, for example, in week 3, I'm going to give you a lot of information on Sarbanes-Oxley. There's no way I expect most of you to read the 36-page document that I'm putting out there. And by the way, if you happen to be in ACCT 742, don't read it at all, because you're going to be going through it in excruciating detail in that class. But some of you may want to really understand a lot more about Sarbanes-Oxley as an act, and you'll understand more what it is when you read my write-up at the beginning of that week's session. Others of you may just want to scan it. Some of you may not feel like you really need to get into it in detail. That's your choice. I also give you, for that particular week, a 4-minute video that hits all the highlights. So for some of you, just doing the 4-minute video will be more than enough information for you to work on your project for that particular week. So just because I post information does not mean you absolutely have to read it all, because otherwise I'm going to give you, an impossibly large amount of reading to do, because I already have a lot of reading to do with your cases. So you decide on the supplemental information what's interesting to you. What you'll find is there's things that are very short, and those you should absolutely read, because it doesn't take a lot of time, or a short video. On the other hand, if it's something long and it's not of high interest to you, then scan it, don't look at it, use it as you will. Anyway, this is just a quick introduction. Hopefully this will be one of many video discussions that we have. I look forward to speaking with you all either on the 13th of September or on the 16th of September. In the meantime, have a nice holiday weekend.